I'm very happy to be here again. I want to say thank you to the organization, to Mr. Firdaus, and I want to say hello to all the team and to the excellencies, of course. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving the importance to this Congress that it has. And it's the 6th Congress indeed, and we're amazed about all the work that has been done, all the albums that have been published. It's really impressive. It's a unique project in the world, and we always feel that it's like coming home when we come here, because we have been in touch and we're in continuous dialogue with the whole organization in order to exchange our ideas, our projects, our aims, and our wishes and dreams at the end also. So I just pick up also the word of Sally of the marvelous speech you had about dialogue, which is indeed also one of the fundamental things that we support and apport to the organization, because we are trying to give a historical dialogue, a scientific dialogue, and we are porting our know-how and expertise in order to do facsimile editions of the masterpieces and of the key works of Central Asian and Uzbek culture. They're spread all over the world, and so our mission is to bring them home at some point, which is the case. So I'm very, very happy and very proud to bring Ulugh back home at Samarkand, where is the observatory, one of the most important observatories, one of the fundamental places of history of science. So let me tell you just a little bit about the manuscript. It is a text of the Book of the Fixed Stars, Sufi, which is one of the major Arabic scientific texts about astronomy. It is based on the writings of Ptolemaios, and as you know, a lot of texts came back to Europe thanks to the important translation school of the Arabic countries, like the House of Sciences in Baghdad and many other places where so many important texts have been translated and preserved and conserved. So this text is a very important text from the 10th century, and the book has been written in the 15th century, at the beginning of the 15th century, because the great Ulugh Beg was so an amazing ruler, and he was a polymath at the end and was interested mostly in sciences, but also in art and poems, so and literature. So he needed to have this book and this text at his library in order to continue studying. And based on this text, one of the basic texts of astronomy, which is the star tables, have been done in Samarkand in the observatory. So this is really a monument of history of science, of history, and of knowledge. Sorry. So I only want to tell you also that at the beginning of the book, we know, why do we know that the book has been created here in Samarkand? Because we have an ex libris at the beginning of the book, which indicates that this book has been written for Ulugh Beg at the court of Samarkand. So we know that this was part of his impressive library in order to continue studying the sky. And as you showed, there's also a unique piece of art. The miniatures are very important and very impressive. They clearly show the all influences of all cultural diversity that has been there. And yesterday, when I was speaking to a young volunteer, all these beautiful, amazing young people that are helping us here, he told me, well, it's so interesting what you're doing, because he told me, I'm just looking who I am. I want to know where I come from and who I am. And so he told me, it's wonderful to see part of our history, part of our culture, and these testimonials and these pillars of history and monuments of science in order to get to know who we are again. So the challenges of the production of the book were quite important, because as you can see, the binding is very particular. It is a leather binding, but it also has a part of textile binding, It's contemporary, so of course we reproduce it also. And it was a big challenge to find somebody who did this work for the textile. So finally, we found a company in Italy who was able to do this production. And our team is also always a multidisciplinary international team, which we're working with Austria, Germany, Italy, France, and of course, the team that will also write a commentary volume about this book is, I think, 10 persons. They're coming from the States, from Germany, from Italy, from France. They will cover all the specific contents of this marvelous manuscript, because it means we have to study astronomy, the history of astronomy, we have to study art, history, and also, of course, calligraphy. So we have, for each subject, we have an author who will, for the first time, make an extent scientific study of this monument of science and history. Thank you.